In this video, I will show you how to set up an account spreadsheet. Your account spreadsheet is going to be another great tool to help you keep organized and stay on track of what you have already set up and what you still need to do as you're getting started here. So I'm just going to go through what each of the columns are and then a couple other things as well. Just one thing to keep in mind as we're going through this, your spreadsheet might end up looking a little bit different than mine. Not every business needs to open the same accounts. For example, some businesses, you might choose not to submit videos or to write articles, or you might have a different set of directory listings here. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to look exactly the same, but I think we'll go through a lot of useful hints or tips here that you might want to just think about as you're creating your own spreadsheet. So I'll go through each of the columns first. Here you, in the first column, just want to list the site that you're opening an account for. So for example, we have Gmail, an Only a Wire account, which is a social media account, YouTube, City Search, any of those. Just list what site you're actually looking at. And then the second column here is going to be the type of account here. So for example, we're going to open one Gmail account solely intended for directing all of the junk mail to, kind of. So we're going to call that an SEO account. We're going to open a second and separate Gmail account for your analytics and AdWords if you choose to open those accounts. I just wanted to kind of go through that real quick because some people might jump in and create one Gmail account that these are both connected to. It's a good idea, good practice to open two separate accounts in case you ever want to grant access to a third party for your analytics or AdWords campaigns. Then they don't have access to all of your SEO stuff as well. So I'm not going to go through each account here. Like I said, I'll go through those in different videos, show you how to set up those accounts. But I did want to make a point of saying that you should have one SEO Gmail account and then one separate Gmail account for analytics and AdWords. The next column here is going to be the profile URL. This will be the URL that you can click on to go to your profile for that site. I mean, you could type in youtube.com over and over and over again, but this is just kind of a quick link, so you can click on that. Date of setup. This might be handy, especially as you go down here. I'll scroll down. When you create Google Places, Bing, and Yahoo, they ask you to verify. If you have that verification code sent via the mail, you might have a couple weeks to get that in the mail. So it's just kind of a good idea to watch when you set something up and actually when you receive verification in the mail and stuff like that. Question of whether or not it has been verified. Again, this is really for Google Places and these bigger listings down here. Some of these business listings here in the middle, they ask you to log into your Gmail account and click the link, and that will verify the account. So if you happen to forget that step, it's just another safety step here that'll let you know that you need to verify that before it becomes active. The owning profile or email is just going to be the email address that you use to set up the account. Most of the time we are going to be using the main Gmail account that you set up here. So it'll be probably your company name, webinfo@gmail.com. So most of those will be the same in that column. The username, if it exists, will be the name that you see in the upper right-hand corner of the account while it is open. The password is something that you'll want to create. It can be something easy. Use some capitals, numbers, whatever you like here. So one thing that I typically do here, since YouTube and several of these other accounts actually are connected to Google, you can sign in using your Gmail account. So what I'll do, for example, with YouTube is create an equation here or a formula that just says equal to and then this cell here, and you can just click enter. So if I were to type in any type of password here, then it automatically updates the other account passwords as well. This really comes in handy. So if you ever change your Gmail account password and don't even think to update your YouTube password, it automatically does it. So that's just one little handy tip there. The created by column is just kind of handy more so for a company like ours where more than one person might be working in these accounts. It's just kind of another way to keep people accountable for what accounts they've set up. You know, if you see patterns of somebody is continuously missing some information or something like that, you might just want to keep track of that. It's not really a big deal. The security question, just a couple of these accounts ask for a security question. So for example, what town were you born in, what's your mother's maiden name, that sort of thing. You know, some of these accounts, like I said, you might set it up and then somebody else will have to log in and they won't know who your childhood best friend is. So you can go ahead and just write the question here and then put the answer here so everybody has access to that. Birth date used, a lot of these, especially for the Gmail accounts, ask you to confirm your birthday. Again, if you're setting up a fake profile, you can use a fake birthday, or you can use your real birthday. Again, this will just let it be known to anyone who tries to log into those accounts what birthday they should be using. And then if you have any other notes, you can just make note of that in the last column. So like I said, you might have different columns in your spreadsheet. This is just kind of what we've collected and accumulated over the time here. So that is the main point of what your account spreadsheet should look like. I will say a couple other things here. I have sectioned or clustered some of these accounts into different steps, so to speak. The very first thing that you're going to want to do is open your Gmail account for SEO purposes, because you'll be using that account to then open the next set of accounts. These, YouTube and any of these, really it's YouTube through, say, Image Shack. Those are the video and photo submission sites that we use. You're going to want to submit photos and videos before setting up these business listings down here. So this set of submission sites here, those accounts you'll want to set up second. And then the third set are the business listings here. And then once these business listings are all set up, then I would recommend opening up your Google Places, Bing, Yahoo, and MapQuest accounts, just because these are the really big, most important accounts, and the more profiles that you have out there, the more business listings that have your phone number and address out there, the more easy it is for Google to go through and spider the internet and collect that information and see that you are in fact a real business. So if you were to go in and try and set up a Google Places first, it would probably be okay, but you know, this setting up all of this prerequisite, if you will just help make the process easier and faster for Google. So those are just a couple tips that I would like to share with you guys. So you know, hopefully this will help you stay organized, like I said, and you can get your business rocking and rolling.